Every year during February, March, April, these 3 months, we always have serious smoke in Thailand, especially in northern of Thailand. And in another part of the country, we have problem too, but not this much. Why we have so much smoke? The smoke comes from burning. There's two kinds of burning. One is burning the forest, and the second burning the corn stalk, corn stem. That's the biggest thing in Thailand. Every people will suffer. Anybody who live in northern of Thailand will suffer a lot. We facing a lot of health problem. Many people have lung cancer, lung problem. Some people have breathing in the night time, in the nose. I had that too. Most of people will leave Chiang Mai or northern of Thailand during these 3 months. We also leave our farm. Most of us will move away during these 3 months. Some of them went to the south, some of them went back home in another part of the country. So we close our farm during these 3 months because it's so serious. You cannot see very far. It's like a mist, but it's smoke. It smells very bad. And many business, they cannot survive. For 3 months, they need to have less customer. Some of them had to close down their business. So it's quite serious thing. We have this for many years, but nobody can solve this problem. If we want to solve this problem, who is going to be the person who will solve this problem? So far, there's a lot of people like NGO and private business people. They want to do something to solve this problem because they want to protect themselves, protect their business, but they cannot do it because these people, they have less money and less power to take care of it. And in the same time, the government, they try to solve the problem too, but the government were controlled by politicians, and the government, they quite red tape system. So when the politician control the government official, they try to solve the problem, but it's only game. It's political game. It's not real solving the problem. So nobody solved the smoke problem seriously so far. That's why most of people have to suffer with this smoke for a long time. How can we solve this problem? The first thing we need to know, where is the problem come from? What is the real cause of the problem? When we look at the villagers, they have their tradition to burn the forest every year for many hundred years. But in the past, the forests have very thick forests, a lot of tall trees everywhere. So when they burn, the fire cannot burn very far because the thick forest, they have a lot of leaves accumulate on the ground and cover the ground with no sunlight for many hundred years. So it's a lot of moisture. In the past, the fire stopped by itself. It will not burn in the big area. That's in the past. But not very long after that, when people do a lot of illegal logging or sometimes legal logging, it makes the whole forest very thin. The sunlight can hit the ground, and then the water evaporates fast. Everything dry up. when they start a fire, they cannot stop it. It keeps burning and burning, burning. And then it burning every year like that. So when the fire burn every year, it will not cause a lot of damage to the forest. Because when it burn only the tiny grass on the bottom, but the tree still survive. It's different from many forests that people did not burn at all for many years in a row. And then the leaf and branches accumulate more and more. When they have the forest fire, it kills everything. So people keep burning like this for many years. And then farmers, villagers who live close to the forest, when dry seasons come, they want to protect their land. Many of them will make the fire breaker line around their land and between their land and the forest, national forest. And after that, they burnt outside. They burn the forest next to their land because they believe that if they burn out, the fire will not come to their land. It's easy to protect because when they start the fire is not big, so it keeps burning out far away. So it will be the big fire breaker line for them. But they did not stop the fire. They let the fire burning the whole forest after that. This is what many people did in my area. They burnt out safer, because if they don't do that, and if the fire from outside come into their land, they cannot stop it. It's too strong. This is a first thing that I observe around my area. The second thing is people who foraging in the forest. After rainy season, the grass and a lot of thorny plant grow. They block their trail. It's hard to go to the forest with a lot of thorn. So when they dry up, they like to burn it. So it's easy for them to walk to the forest to foraging some wild vegetable, mushroom and wood or anything from the forest, or even hunting. So, but this case is not a big amount of people who still doing that. And then this is a village's part that become tradition, that they have been doing like this for many hundred years. And then now they cannot stop the fire. The fire that burned the forest is not very big fire, because the leaves each year is not a lot. So when villagers burn every year, there's not a leaf on the ground, so it burned fast and not a lot of smoke. But the main thing that causes more smoke is corn. Farmers who grow corn take over most of the space, most of the land in many parts of Thailand, especially in northern of Thailand and many countries nearby too. So corn is a big thing, because when they grow corn, the price of corn is very cheap. So when they mill the corn, after they harvest the corn stem standing in their field, it's hard to plow them. It's good if they can chop it down and then make compost from it. But to do that, it costs more money for them, and they don't have the big machine to chop the corn down and turn to compost. The easiest way to make them survive, to make them have enough income, just burn it. So it doesn't cost much money, just a cost of one lighter and then cigarette butt and throw in, and then they burn. When they mill the corn, they get the corn kernel, but the core of the corn is a big pile like a mountain. In many parts of the mountain area, you can see the big pile of corn, the core of the corn. So when the fire burn it, it takes many days to burn that part. And then it causes a lot of smoke, black smoke come up for a few days. So corn is the biggest thing to create smoke. In another part of the country, sugar cane is another problem, because sugar cane people grow a lot in central of Thailand, in the northeastern of Thailand, and another part of the country too. So when they harvest sugar cane, it's easy to burn them first, because when they burn them, it's easy to cut, because the sugar cane's leaf is quite sharp and hairy. It cut our hand and itchy. So it's not easy to cut by hand. So even the company said we will buy sugar cane only if they don't burn it. But it's just like a show. But the reality, they buy everything. So we still have a lot of PM 2.5 from the smoke everywhere. That's the cause of the smoke that we have now. If we look deeply, why people have to grow a lot of corn? If we look deeply, we will see that actually we grow a lot of corn because of people like to eat chicken, eggs, and pork, and beef or farm fish. This animal need a lot of corn. So when people eat only a few animals every day for many years and years and years, they need more corn to feed animal. They need more corn, and when more people eat it, and then the government try to control the price, how to make it cheap, how to make egg cheap, how to make chicken, pork, and beef cheap. The way to make it cheap is just press farmer, buy from them very cheap price. So farmer, when after they grow corn for many years, they use it. They have skill to grow corn. They don't want to grow anything else. So it's easy for them. So they don't want to change. So they keep growing corn. But they will think about how can we decrease investment to survive. The easiest way for them is to burn it. So the real cause of the smoke now is all of us are the cause of the smoke. But we like to blame farmer, to blame villagers who burn the forest. But we did not think about why do we have to eat only eggs, pork, and chicken all our life? Why don't we eat more diversity? We have so many food on this earth. So many kind of freshwater fish, so many kind of vegetable, so many kind of bean, so many kind of grain, so many kind of local animal that we can eat them. But the company, they train us to eat only eggs, chicken, pork mainly, because it's easy to monopolize this. It's easy to own this kind of food. So they train us to eat every day. Don't eat anything else. Just eat only a few things like this. This is the main cause of smoke, because we need tons of corn to feed animal to make a cheap food for us. Even there's a lot of campaign that they blame the company that they support farmer to grow too much corn, and the company try to move their business out to a neighbor country. They support people in neighbor country to grow corn for them. They feel good, but actually in the country they still do the same thing. There's nothing changed, but even more neighbor countries start to grow more corn. That create more smoke in the same time. This is the real cause of the problem. It's all of us who create this burning. Most of people who are not farmer, we feel good. We feel that we are good person. We did not burn. We like to blame. We have culprit to blame. But actually, to solve this problem, nobody can solve this problem except all of us change our diet. We need to decrease eating eggs, chicken, and pork. We need to think about diversity of food. We need to change our diet, our thinking. We need to eat more diversity. If we eat more diversity, we don't need a lot of chicken, lot of eggs. We'll eat less and less of this. And then if we turn to eat more grain, more vegetable, more fruit, more local fish. And if we like to eat animal that they raise in the organic way, they don't need to use the food from the factory to feed the animal. Like if we eat more freshwater fish, we can use grass, we can use straw to feed them easily. We can use banana leaves or even tapioca leaves to feed them. They grow fast. We don't need to invest a lot of money. So there are so many ways we can find the best food to eat. But we were trained to eat only eggs, chicken, and pork. So we cannot eat anything else anymore now. So this smoke become a problem that we cannot solve it anymore. Nobody can solve it except all of us help each other to solve this problem. If we want to decrease the smoke, we need to eat more diversity from now on. And people who drink coffee will be very helpful if we say that we will drink only coffee that grow in the forest. Because the coffee they grow in the forest, they grow fast, healthy, taste good, in low investment, no chemical. It's so good. But not many people grow coffee in the forest now. So if consumer say that we want only coffee that grow in the forest, nobody can burn the forest because they will burn their coffee. And then if they don't burn it, they have more leaves, more branches, accumulate more under their coffee trees. It makes coffee grow better, taste better too. If we eat more diversity, we will encourage farmers to grow many things in their land. If they grow many things, they cannot burn it. The problem now is they grow monocrops or cash crop. They grow only one thing in the big area, so it's easy to burn, easy to manage in that way. But if they grow many things mixed together, they will work less and they don't need to burn it. So, solving the smoke problem, who is going to be the person who will solve this problem? We need to think more. Do we want to do that? It's up to us now. We have smoke problem more than 10 years. Nobody solved this problem yet. Many NGO, many politicians, many government officials, they try, but none of them can make a change. Who will be the person who can change this? I think all of us need to help. All of us need to help to change our diet, to support farmers to grow more diversity, support farmers to survive. How can we make farmers survive? They will grow the best food for us, and the environment will be good after that. Now we don't want a good food. That's why we have a bad environment. So sad.